What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Knockout City. The game's ending. The game's closing down. It's a bold headline. It's one that they've actually led with themselves, and we'll go over the details in this video. So starting off with the official date, June 6th is when the game is going to be, the plug is going to be pulled, and it's going to be gone. I believe February 28th, it's the final season, Season 9 of the game, and on that day, I believe they're going to pull out all of the paid cosmetics. So there's going to be nothing of the sort. You're going to be able to play it for the next couple months, and the game goes away. On PC, they're going to make a private server so that the game technically can live on forever, but then for obviously any other versions of the game, you're not going to be able to play it anymore. It sucks, and you may be asking, Alex, why this is an odd video to make for a game that's kind of like this. I hold a pretty soft spot for Knockout City, to be honest with you. I had remembered when they first announced this game. I paid attention to it a little bit, and then when it came out, I gave it a try, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I'm very picky with the kind of games that I'll go back into, or the games that stay on my library that are multiplayer, but that I'll jump in and out every so often. Rocket League really has become, and really has ever since it first came out so many years ago, it really is one of the only games that stays. It stays download. I jump in whenever there's a lull in the gaming industry where there's not much to play, and I'll play it. For Knockout City, it was a game for quite a while. I did the same thing. I would play it. I enjoyed it I think I got pretty good at the game. I think it's a really clever game, to be honest with you. And the statements that the studio made, so remember, this kind of shifted hands about midway through. This is like a new group that's managing it and running it now. And the statement that they kind of went on to say after the closure was pretty interesting, and it boils down to something along the lines, I won't read it word for word, but that because they're so small, they do feel there's some pretty critical things with Knockout City that would have to change over time. And because they're so small, they can't change it, they can't overhaul it, while also continuing it as a live service game, so they're pulling the whole thing down. Now, when I read that, it makes me think you may make a Knockout City 2. Maybe you're pulling Knockout City because you know that you can make something better, and you're going to do it, and then you'll come out with a second one. But then they kind of go on to say, whether it's going to be Knockout City, future games or anything else, we are working on other things. And they also go on to say that they're just going to implement these major changes they think the game needs. They're going to kind of carry that with them in their head, right? And they'll use those tools, that knowledge in future games. So then when you hear it like that, it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not a Knockout City 2 then. Maybe it's some sort of live service idea that you have that you would want to implement here, but it's too hard, it would take too much, so you're going to pull the whole thing, and you'll just do it for some other game that you're going to make. Either way, I did want to make this video kind of it's not in a way celebrating, it is actually giving the news of its demise, but I really did like Knockout City. It was a really special game. I thought it was fun, fast-paced. It had a skill curve to it where I think, you can be a beginner and kind of have fun, and it's okay, but you can legitimately get good. And there's just these very simple systems that the game has. Throwing a ball, catching a ball, dodging or dashing, I suppose, right? All these things, they're so simple, but they have that curve to it where there's that skill factor that you can get better. Games that can pull that off are pretty special. And this game, largely being like free to play and all this stuff, they've talked like 12 million people, I think, have played this game. This started as a very small, seemingly like an indie-like thing. But this game kind of blew up. Like during its peak, there was a lot of people playing this game. And then, I'm sure it kind of went. I haven't checked in on it in a long time. I'm sure it kind of went away. But still a sad day. I guess not until June, but the news is sad enough. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.